Hey guys, Logan here, and welcome to Sunday Thoughts, a series where on every Sunday I give my thoughts on a particular person, place, thing, event, news, etc. And for this Sunday Thoughts video, I am going to be talking about Trevor Lawrence, the sophomore quarterback for the Clemson Tigers. And the reason why I want to talk about him in this Sunday Thoughts video is because I already watched him play in 3 games into this 2019 season for the Clemson Tigers, and one of the major reasons why is I'm a bit concerned about Trevor Lawrence and the way he's looked statistic wise, I should say. And I'll explain as to what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback. I have nothing bad to say about Trevor Lawrence. He is an excellent passer, and he can also run the football. I mean, he's arguably one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now. As a matter of fact, he's actually my pick to win the Heismen Trophy this year. I picked him to win the Heismen Trophy right before this season ever began, followed by Tua Tagovailoa. And the last 3 weeks, my confidence in the chances that I see of Trevor Lawrence winning the Heisman Trophy are starting to shake a little bit for me. Shaken, but not yet broken. Here, and I'll give you some examples. I want to talk about his last year, his last seasonal performance last year, the 2018 season, where he, went 11-0 as a starter for the Clemson Tigers as a freshman quarterback. I'll give you some of the stats. But between last year and the last 3 games of this season. So last year, Trevor Lawrence completed 65.2% of his passes, 3,280 yards, 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4, and had I guess it's passer rating or QBR rating of 157.6. I'm thinking passer rating, but I could be wrong. So yeah, those are just the stats from last year that he put up. Now I want to give you the stats that he already put up in the last 3 games of this season. Just this year alone, he completed 60.8% of his passes, threw for 831 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. 1 more than he made last year. So he made more. So he had 5 interceptions in the last 3 games that he played for this 2019 season in college football for the Clemson Tigers. So he had more interceptions in the last 3 games than he has for all of last year. That's insane. I mean, although I will say this though, I think I did a video on. Yeah, I think it was a Battle 5 video that I did on my top 5 early Heisman Trophy favorites, where I had Trevor Lawrence at number 1. Or maybe it was a different video. Anyway, in one video I said, now, the first 2 or 3 games I'm predicting would kind of be tough games for Clemson. I'm predicting to be a rough start for the Clemson Tigers, but once the first start of the season goes away, then they'll get better after the start of the season. That is what I predicted in one video that I made. And I was sort of correct. The start of this 2019 season for the Clemson Tigers, particularly Trevor Lawrence, has been a rough start for the Clemson for them. It has been a rough start. You look at Trevor Lawrence's performance in the season opening game against Georgia Tech at home. And he struggled in that game. I believe he had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions in that game. Not one of his best games per se. It was Travis Etienne all day, all game long. And then game 2, against Texas A&M, he has improved from game 1, but still not as great as we saw for him to be from last year. And then game 3, he started to get better and better and better from the first couple of games that he played. Still made some, let's just say, not so good passes. Some overthrown, some underthrown. A few were interceptions. By the way, he had 2 interceptions in last week's game yesterday's game against Syracuse. 2 interceptions. This time with 3 touchdowns that he made, and I think he passed for over 300 yards too. I could be wrong though, but anyway. So what I'm trying to say is, based on the stats that I just gave you, and the ones I just read, the chances that I see of Trevor Lawrence winning the Heisman Trophy this year is starting to get slimmer and slimmer until they turn into nothing, and stuff like that. And it's not just the stats alone that he started to, not get better at, but it's also a few other quarterbacks at other programs besides Clemson that have started to put up bigger numbers and better numbers, let alone. You look at Jalen Hurts for Oklahoma, Tua Tagovailoa at Alabama, even Justin Fields at Ohio State. He's putting up big numbers, and I hadn't even mentioned Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin. Don't forget about him. These guys are having a big year for them. This has been a big year for them in terms of the numbers that they're putting up throughout the last 3 games that they played in this season. So my confidence in Trevor Lawrence winning the Heisman Trophy this year is shaken but not broken yet. If he continues to struggle the way that he has struggled in at least the first 2 games of this season, I don't think he's going to win the Heisman Trophy this year. I think it'll be either Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, or even Justin Fields. If and only if Trevor Lawrence struggles or has one really, really bad game where he didn't do good, which wouldn't be likely, but in case he does have one game in which he did not do very well, where he was terrible, that might cost him the Heisman Trophy this year, I would say. But we will see. So, yeah, guys, those are my Sunday thoughts on Trevor Lawrence and his chances of winning the Heisman Trophy this year based on the last 3 games that he played for this season. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it that like button to click, and if you'd like to see future videos from me, make sure to press up there to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that bell icon so that you'll get notified about my latest videos. Have a great day, and as always, fight the good fight.